What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of Dev Talks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology wise. And in this video, Rivian has a huge, and when I say huge, I mean huge update with using Google Maps. So without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and let's dive right in.
It's kind of cool.
We're here to celebrate the launch of Rivian Navigation with Google Maps. Rivian as a brand at its core really is meant to inspire customers to go explore the world and get to places they never thought they would. The core enabler for that is a great navigation application.
So for your drivers that have a car today, what's changing in the product? What's new?
First of all, it's a map that you can fully trust. Accurate real-time traffic, much better ETAs, much better routing, a fresh new satellite view, and a new amazing design. And then tappable POIs, which is an absolute game changer if you're with a family on a road trip. That will make it way easier.
Nasim, what actually brought you to the partnership?
This really all came through feedback from our customers. Instead of doing some small incremental improvements, we wanted to profoundly change our solution so that we make it the best navigation solution in the industry by combining strengths from both teams.
And we were thinking about making it possible for automakers to put their own user experience on top of Google Maps foundational technology. And for us, working with Rivian was like a match made in heaven.
It's been an amazing journey.
And it's resulted in a fantastic product.
Here we are.
No, that is insane. This is insane because, so now here's the thing though, right? Apple CarPlay, they just showed CarPlay Ultra. CarPlay Ultra is fantastic. We still don't know how they're going to deal with the phone and the music and everything like that. I know they already were using it to some extent. This is purely on the navigation side that they're using, and I honestly believe Google's navigation is 10 times better than Apple's. When it comes to routing to different stops and everything like that. Probably the traffic stuff is better for them. You get the visuals are way better. You can click on the map and just change the locations off the map. You can change, I don't know if on CarPlay you can like switch the stops on the screen and everything. I haven't really tested that out much, but them showing it right here is literally insane. And it's actually crazy because you don't really see too many vehicles go ahead and use Google's navigation systems. You normally see them use Apple's because everybody has, especially in the US, everybody, what do they have? iPhones. I believe 60% of people in America have an iPhone or an Apple device of some kind, if not more. So what sense does it make for automotive people to put in their vehicles? Apple, right? But when it comes to Rivian, maybe they still use CarPlay, but for navigation, they want to purely have it on, hey, we using Google, and this is the thing that uses Google. And you know who else uses Google? Waymo for self-driving. And I believe that's because Google has the most data. Like Apple does not have as much data as Google does, especially when it comes to traffic, street visuals, navigation. Google's been doing this way longer than Apple, and I think they do it way better. This is why this is such a cool concept to me. Such a great concept. We've seen some of the stuff that they showed in the video. Where we're at 122. We showed them like right here where you can just tap on a place. It was somewhere around this part of the video and everything. They showed us like swiping the different places down and getting the trip details. This is really for some long trip comfort. And the thing about Rivian is that they're great at doing the longer distances and everything. They've showed that they can really up their battery charge time, how much miles you can really get out of your battery and everything. And getting that longer battery, Rivian's actually been doing good from what they showed on there. And I actually want to talk to owners still about both of these concepts and whatnot, but they showed a really good setting of how they're doing these road trips, and they're really focusing on these long, comfortable, family style drives and everything. And I like it. I used to put Rivian in my top 5 companies a few years ago. One of the first video channels I put on this channel, my first video that I showed my face on this channel was top 5 video, and I put Rivian in that top 5 list because they did amazing stuff that one year, and they continued to like shock and surprise me as time goes on.
The infotainment lab in our Palo Alto office, this is where we build this great product behind the scenes.
Google Maps is used every day by hundreds of millions of people to drive, and all these different audiences contribute feedback back to the map that we use to make it better and fresher and keep it up to date all the time. And one good way to experience that is to look at the richness of places information that's in Google Maps. You can see pictures, you can see amenities, you can see opening hours and other information about a place you're going to, and it makes it very easy to engage with these places and decide where to navigate.
Our goal is to give you absolute peace of mind. So our trip planner will calculate exactly the best possible number of charging stops and then the most optimized duration for your charger, so that we only guide our customers to charger stations that we trust.
The calculations that the car makes about how much energy it's going to need to get to its destination depends highly on the speeds that the car actually drives. Having more accurate traffic.
Okay, that is new. I did not know Rivian had their own personal charging stations, or is that like a soft release that they're showing in this video? Somebody please let me know, because if they have their own charging stations out there now in different parts of the country that say Rivian, and they're trying to really compete with Tesla with the charging station thing, that would be a good move for them. They start putting these charging stations and these other gas stations and things like that, and having them at rest stops and all of that fun jazz, and they try to compete with Tesla. I like that. I've never saw a Rivian charging station before. I didn't even know that was a thing. So if they actually, I'm about to look it up. If they actually, Rivian charging stations, they got an article. Charging is easier than you think. They got an article on this. They have 227,000 charging stations in the US. Where have they been? Oh, I think these are including personal charging too. Yeah, it includes personal charging. When did they? I never knew that. I feel so dumb now. I feel so bamboozled. This is what I'm looking at, guys. So when I come to Rivian, you see here, recharge on the road or install a charger in your home. Obviously, I understand the charging in your home one, right? A lot of EV companies, they give you the home chargers and everything like that, especially because most people charge when they're at the house, but they're trying to promote more distance driving and everything like that and being more comfortable in your car. So I didn't know they had 227,000 chargers. I'm assuming a large percentage of this is probably in-house charging, depending on how many Rivians have sold. But if they're out there on like the road and stuff, like they show the charging options, the tools on the road, how much it charges on the road, how much time it takes. You can get about 150 miles in 20 minutes. That's pretty decent. Yeah, and this shows the stations right here. I honestly never seen one before. Oh, this is probably why. And they have them all mapped out here. So when they were showing that video on where to plug them up at, a lot of them you can see where they're at in the country. And there's some actually around me as well in the Northeast area, like the East Coast area. There is a decent amount. It looks like there's way more on the West Coast. Way more on the West Coast. That is an insane amount. They got some in Canada up here. They have a lot. They have a lot in the Eastern as well too. Just like other places where you can charge at. I assume these other green dots are they're These green dots actually might be in-home chargers. These are these are the on-site chargers for Rivian, part of the Rivian network, and then these are in-home chargers. This is kind of crazy that they map other people's chargers in their house, in their crib. Like, I don't want you to be showing where my house is at. But that is literally insane.
Go
That
absolute piece of number of charging stops, and then the most optimized duration for your charger, so that we only guide our customers to charger stations that we trust.
The calculations that the car makes about how much energy it's going to need to get to its destination depends highly on the speeds that the car actually drives. Having more accurate traffic information means also that the calculation of your battery on arrival is going to be much more accurate.
This is bringing the best of both worlds, decades of experience, rich data and reliability from Google Maps, and then the Rivian design language, the Rivian EV experience, and this is really just the beginning.
It's so exciting to see Rivian navigation with Google Maps come to life.
Where's the other one?
We need to introduce ourselves again, no? I'll be like, I'm Wasim from...
All right, yeah. So I actually think this is like a great update, especially a software update. I did their roadmap for this year, and I don't recall seeing that on their roadmap at all. I did a video. You guys can go check it out. And I did it earlier this year when the roadmap came out for Rivian, but I might link it in the description if I remember. But I don't recall them talking about something like this. And I think this is great. Like, better navigation in your car is A plus like thing. I definitely think Google Maps is better than Apple Maps for sure. By a long run, I definitely agree that Google Maps is way better than Apple Maps. There's nothing there's nothing better than that. As far as the data they have, like what you're able to do, capabilities and everything. Now, CarPlay Ultra has a bunch of extra features. That's why it's so built up and everything. And right now, I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I talked about Rivian and everything, but I haven't ever drove a Rivian yet, which I want to do. I've driven Teslas before. I want to drive every single EV at least once. I do want to test out every single EV, see the softwares that they have inside of the cars and everything, and I might vlog them. I might vlog doing that too. I might do a Tesla again, but I think I want to do a Cybertruck. I want to test drive a Cybertruck and go through that. Since I've done a Model 3. I've driven a Model 3 Tesla. But yeah, back to like the whole software update stuff. Like I want to know what other capabilities Rivian's going to do for like all of the other stuff and how they're going to integrate it in their vehicles, especially if they're siding more on the Google side, especially for navigation, and why they didn't go with the Apple CarPlay amount. I really want to speak to the CEO about this decision, actually. I want to know why they made that decision to not go with Apple CarPlay like most other automotive vehicles would have, especially for an American-made product in the country, and a country where most people have Apple products and things. Maybe where they're seeing a shift where less people care about that, more people care about this. The navigation on Google definitely is better on its own, but I'm curious. I'm also curious about what you guys have to think in the comments down below. So let me know how good of an update is this for you guys? What do you think about it? All that fun jazz. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate you all who joined me on this journey, and I hope you guys learned something as well. Me too. All them charging stations, I had no clue. I bet Tesla has way more charging stations. That's why like they're more common and everything than Rivian. I've never seen a Rivian one anywhere I've ever gone. So for them to just have them on the map like that, I'm actually shocked. It's probably based on where their customer base is mainly dense, where the density of their customer base is at, is where they have their charging stations at, which is very convenient. And they have the maps in Google to integrate with their charging stations, so the car knows where to go, especially for those long car trips and things. And getting 150 miles in 20 minutes doesn't seem too bad. Charging up your Tesla takes a pretty time, unless it got better than the last few years. If it got better in the last few years, at the charging stations for Tesla, then okay, good for them. That's the main problem about driving an EV now. Distance is the charging times. But like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you have any suggestions or anything, send me an email at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Also, everything is in the description down below, all the links and everything. If you guys just want to stay tuned and stuff like that, I'll just reach out at the email. Send me what you guys recommend me to cover next and all of that fun jazz. Peace. See you next time.